Hey everybody, welcome back to Plugin Tut, your home for handcrafted WordPress plugin tutorials. As always, I'm your host, Matt, and today we're going to be taking a look at the WordPress 2017 theme. WordPress 4.7 just came out. This is a new theme. This is a pretty big departure from what WordPress used to do with their default themes. They used to be just like blogging and sort of news themes, which you can still use this as a blog theme for sure. The intent of this theme is to be very much for somebody who's building a business website, or maybe a very modern look and feel to a portfolio, a services portfolio, or something like that. It's a pretty nice theme. There are some sort of nuances that I don't really care for in the way that they build the homepage, but that is also it's one of the biggest features of this new theme is how you build the homepage. So let's just dive right into using 2017, and hopefully this is answering some of the questions you might have as you build out this new theme, especially if you're using WordPress for the very first time. I have some default content set up here, some filler content. What you do, and let me just run you through the sort of process of this theme, is big sort of bold photo image should go at the very top, something that represents you, your brand. And you can also replace this with a video. So a video will silently play in the background, and you can pause it and play it, that kind of thing. And we'll show you how to do that in a little bit. Your business title, very straightforward, is here's my business name and the tagline for my business, and then my primary navigation. As you scroll down, the homepage can be set up with just your blog post if that's what you're looking for, or you can have these sections, these content sections, and those content sections are driven by the content within a page. This is the part that I'm a little iffy on, especially somebody who teaches WordPress to customers and try to get them to learn how to use WordPress. And we use other builder plugins, like maybe even our own Conductor plugin with Note, that kind of thing. What we're doing here is a user will have to set up, let's say, 1 to 5 pages within WordPress, and then those pages will contain the content as you want it displayed on the homepage. So you can see as we scroll, I'm going through some paragraphs of text, and then I see this nice big full image, and the website sort of scrolls with it. And then I get into my second location of content here. It just says homepage 2 on the left with the content on the right. And then as I continue to scroll, again, another nice big bold image, and then the third section of this site, and then the footer widgets below. These big sort of takeover images here. These are featured images that are attached to a particular page. So let's go ahead and take a look at homepage 2 and hit edit. You'll see here, this is that paragraph of content that I have. Homepage 2 is the title, and then down at the bottom right-hand corner, there's the image of all of that photography equipment. If I highlighted this and maybe said our services and updated that, and then we'll go to the homepage. Whoops, that's viewing the actual individual page. We go to the homepage, scroll through those images, and then you'll see it went from homepage 2, I believe, to our services. So you really want to structure these sections to sort of represent that. So instead of calling it like homepage section 1, you probably want to call it my services, about us, that kind of thing. And then you can sort of create your content there. You could also do something like this, where if you wanted to break up the content and add the read more link, save that. And let's go back to the homepage, scroll down to that section. You could leave like the read more link right here, or use the excerpt feature of WordPress. And then you could say our services or about us, and you leave this little paragraph. And then in order for them to continue reading about your services, they could click on this link, which will then bring them to the services page, as you see here. And then they can read the rest of that content. That's the idea behind homepage versus internal pages, and how you use these internal pages to build that homepage. I hope that makes sense to folks who are listening or watching, I should say. But let's take a look at actually how this theme is all put together. Again, there is a move to use the WordPress customizer for sure in this theme, which again is a pretty big departure. You see these little edit links, these little quick edit buttons. If you click on these, for instance, let's click on the site title. It brings you right to that section in the customizer. And I like to toot my own horn. We've been doing that with our own plugins for years now, literally. If you go to our Note plugin or a Conductor plugin, you can actually do stuff like that. But let's just go ahead and rename the site. So my awesome biz. And we'll just say, connect with us. I don't know. I can't think of a better phrase right now. You can also hide the site title and the tagline if you didn't want that to happen. I'd really like an option, especially in this theme, to hide either or more generally the tagline. But I guess you could just delete it, which has its implications in other parts of the site. That's okay. So that's how you edit these areas. If I wanted to switch the menu, I could click on that and modify the menu that I have assigned here. If I wanted to edit this big hero area, I could do that too by clicking on the top left here. And this is where things get kind of fun, kind of interesting for a new theme. Let me just pull up youtube.com and pull in one of our videos, because I just want to show this as an example. This was a good one right here. Let's grab this. Let's pause it. Let's copy that. So I can come in and I can select an image. So I can do something like this. Maybe select that image. That'll pull in this image. It looks really cool, nice and big. Have some nice big, photography, some engaging photography to represent your business. Or you could paste in a video, a link to, let's say, YouTube. Hit save and publish on that. And now this video will play in the background silently as somebody comes to your site. That's really cool. This little pause button up here. They can hit play again. That's a really fun little feature. So if you have this nice engaging video about your business, that'll look kind of cool sitting in the background, depending on what kind of business you have, right? Pretty cool stuff, I'd say. I'm going to go ahead and delete that video just for this demonstration. And I'm going to pick, I'm going to pick another image. I'll just revert back to that. Colors of the site can now be customized within the customizer as well. So I could do something like, you can hit the light color section. That's already actually what's already on. If you had a dark sort of type of business where the dark color scheme worked really well, you could do something like that. And then you could adjust the header colors alongside of that. So if you wanted to really make this stand out, maybe like a yellow or white, you can adjust that. Custom is going to be, it really only works for the, I guess what I'll call a secondary color for the theme. So when you hover over these elements, you'll see that there's this bluish, purplish color that I've selected. And the outline of these menus are that color. The hover effect is that color. Links down below are that color. These lines are as well. But you can modify that. Tough to see it change colors, but maybe if I just keep running over this like that, you can see those colors change. Certainly in the drop-down menu, you can see now we're at a much brighter purple if I switch to red. So it's allowing you to change the secondary colors, which means the background is still white. It sort of throws you for a loop where you think, well, okay, I go from a light color scheme to a dark color scheme, and maybe I can customize the color of all of this stuff. Well, no, it's really only that secondary color. Still kind of cool. It still allows you to associate maybe your brand colors with the rest of the site. So that works really well. Let's dive into the static homepage, the static theme options here. To customize these content sections, you can come right in here to the theme options and say, well, I have the choice of either going 2 columns or 1 column. Right now it's set up to 2 columns, and you see on the left-hand side, that's the page title, like we talked about before, and then on the right-hand side is the content. If I switch that to a 1 column, you can see it just stacks that page title right above the content, and it just maybe streamlines it a little bit more depending on what the type of look and feel that you're going after. But you can see you have up to 4 sections here that you can customize, short of that very first section that you assign on the homepage. And that's how you assign it. You just create that page in the back end. You come here and you say, okay, I don't know what I have on these pages, but I could say add my about page there. And, again, I have content in here, and that assigns that. No image, because I haven't set a featured image to this page yet. And you would just go through and assign those sections. And if you want to remove them, you just switch it back to the select buttons, and that'll only set up for those sections that are actually assigned. So you can have 1, you could have 2, you could have none, right? And you could just use your site with just that homepage at the top. That's totally fine and totally doable there. Lastly, the additional CSS. This is now actually built into WordPress, I believe, right into the customizer. And you could just come in here if you know CSS and you want to like right click and inspect, and you say, okay, well, give me the entry.header style, and you wanted to customize that. Instead of using an additional plugin, you could just put the CSS right in here to change the look and feel of your theme. So kind of interesting, kind of powerful. I really don't see many people who are, do-it-yourselfers. I mean, unless you really want to learn HTML and CSS. Otherwise, I think that a builder plugin or a styling plugin might be better suited for folks, especially if they're not very comfortable with CSS. It could be quite a daunting task to learn if you've never had to learn any of this stuff. All in all, I think it's a great theme. I think it's nice to have a theme that isn't just focused on blogging or news or media. It's a great theme to start your own little business site. I think there are definitely better, more feature-rich themes that are out there that'll do things. I would really say that this is a very niche theme. Like, it's very focused on those four or five sections on the homepage, this big open header section, if that's what you're looking for. Otherwise, it doesn't give you much flexibility to change that, the structure of a site. If you check out another video that I've created called Feature Themes versus Page Builder Themes, I feel like featured themes or feature themes give you more features to do more customizable stuff. And then the top of the pile would be page builder themes, where page builder themes allow you to do an infinite amount of things, but they're just going to take you an infinite more amount of time to learn and get the hang of, especially if you're new to all this stuff. So I would say it goes page builder themes, then feature themes that have features that allow you to customize it to a good degree, and then really niche themes or niche themes, however you say it, with a 2017 theme where it's very focused on how it looks. I'm sure you can make those customization points, but you're not going to go crazy with changing the overall layout or architecture of the site. If you're using 2017 theme on a project, drop it in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the theme. If you have any other questions, drop them in the comments below. It's plugintut.com. If you enjoy videos like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us get found, really helps us stay motivated here. We'll see you in the next video.